Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if it's your first time. It's lovely to have you all here with me today. Today I'm here with a bit of a chatty catch-up type video. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've been doing and what I've got coming up. So I hope you enjoy what I've got to say. So how are you all? I really hope that you're all doing well during this really difficult time that we're all still going through. Things here in the UK are actually getting a bit worse and restrictions are starting to tighten. So it is still a really worrying time. I just hope that you're all doing well and that you're keeping busy with your stitchy projects. So the last time that I actually sat down face to face with the camera to record a video, there were a lot less of you. Now the number of subscribers has like doubled in the last 2 weeks, which is just unbelievable. And I think that has happened off the back of the video that I did about how slow stitching has really improved my life, and it seems to have really resonated with so many people. I felt nervous about putting that video out. I feel nervous about putting any video out, to be honest. But I opened up a little bit in that video and shared a little bit more than I usually do. And I'm glad I did, because it seems to have really struck a chord with so many people. I think I thought originally that YouTube wasn't really meant for people like me. I'm not a loud, extroverted person with a huge personality. I don't do things fast-paced, and I think I was apprehensive about sharing on YouTube because I felt like I didn't fit that style of video that you do see quite a lot. Short, snappy tutorials. I don't make things really quickly. I don't churn out lots of projects. I wasn't sure how I would fit into YouTube. It seems to be the case that you do like my videos, which I still can't believe. So thank you for the support. That's definitely given me the confidence and the encouragement that I needed to carry on, because it does feel like it's really worthwhile to do so. So thank you so much. That all being said, I am going to take a 1 week break from YouTube. So this will be my last video. Next week there won't be a video, but there'll hopefully be one the week after. And there are 2 reasons for this. Number one, it's birthday season in our house and there are lots of preparations and things that I want to focus my time on. Particularly finishing my little boy's backpack off and making him a birthday cake. I'm not the world's best baker, but I do really enjoy making his birthday cake every year. I try and get a little bit creative, but also keep it simple, because I don't think I'm very artistic. So I've made him a Mickey Mouse cake in the past, and I've also made him an Elmo cake. And this year he's really into Frozen, so I'm going to make him an Olaf cake. So I'm keeping it really simple, white icing in the shape of Olaf and some icing details as well. It's just going to be simple, but I'm really excited to make that for him. Also just want to focus on family time for a little bit. But the other reason why I'm just going to take a little break is because, as you know, most of what I make is made by hand and can take quite a long time. When I made the hexagon needlebook tutorial, that did actually take a long time to film, even though this project is something that you can make in just a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, and from start to finish, and you can make this and finish it. But I do have some ideas for slightly larger things that I'd like to show. So they take time. I can't just make it and film it in a day. They're going to be things that just take that little bit longer. So if I take a week break, it will just give me that time to catch up with myself. And it will also give me time to make the next video, because it's not something that I can just make in a week between this video and the next one. So I hope that makes sense. Now on to what I've been making. And I actually haven't managed to fit in very much lately. I've been super busy with some ideas and projects that are coming up. I've been super busy with some secret sewing as well that I can't show you just yet, and it's a shame. I'd really like to tell you about it. But all I can say is I've been invited to be part of a book tour, and that is when an author asks you if you'd like to be part of a tour, which is where you get a copy of the book and you choose a project from the book, make it, and then share it on social media. And I've done that before. It was back in February, where a lovely lady called Elise, she is Elise and Emily on Instagram, and she's super talented. She's a wonderful designer, and she asked me to be part of her book tour. And so I got a copy of her book, Patchwork Gifts, which is really lovely. And I made the jewel flower wall hanging, which is actually a mat that my mum has now. I gave it to my mum as a present. I made that and I took part in that book tour, and it was really fun. It was lovely to see what all the other people had made and to just be part of that community. And I really enjoyed sharing it on Instagram, and I wrote a blog post about it as well. So it's not Elise this time, it's another lady, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to say just yet. But the date that I've been given to show my project is in October, so you won't have very long to wait. But it's a really lovely book with lovely projects, and I can't wait to tell you about it. One of the things I recently made was another hexagon storage basket. I don't make things to sell very often because they take so long to make. So I really enjoyed making another version of the hexagon storage basket, and I went really scrappy this time. I got out as many different Liberty prints as I could find, and I don't think I used a single repeat on the exterior flowers, and I just had a really lovely time putting it together. And again, when you're making something for somebody else, you really keep that person in mind, don't you? And you're thinking and hoping that they're really going to like it. And she received it this week, and she does really, really like it. So I'm really pleased about that. So one of the things that I'm working on at the moment is a wall hanging for my sewing room. I still have a lot of blank wall space, as you can see. There are lots of white walls in here, and I want to fill it with mini quilts. I love making mini quilts. They're so decorative and just really nice to have and fun to make because they don't take too long. So I've been working on this for quite a while now. I put it down and picked it back up again, and I'm almost finished. And it's hexies on a hexie. So it's 1/4 inch hexagons on a 1 inch hexagon, and then they're going to be on this bigger hexagon. And I'm going to use the quilt as you go method to then give this will have an edging around it, and it's going to be this pink fabric, so it'll be bordered like this. And then I'm going to hang it in my sewing room. I've just been sitting here before I switched the camera on, and I've just been trying to decide which way round should I have it. Should I have it this way or this way, or should it hang this way? I'm not sure yet. And I've put a little bit of embroidery detail in the middle there too. You can just see Lazy Daisy flower. So that's really fun. I'm really enjoying making that. Another one of my recent makes was this lovely little box. It's a trinket box, and it's a pattern by my friend Brittany, and it was a really fun little make. I've put a hexagon flower, but with hex petals, so they're not actually, the petals are not actually hexagons like they are in this or this, but they are actually petal shape. And I put a tiny hexagon, a tiny 1/4 inch hexagon right in the middle of that one. There's this one, slightly bigger one, is a 1/2 inch hexagon. And I've used Liberty fabric from Ava and Neve from their Liberty Society bundle, and the fabric on the top here was some scraps left over from another project, and inside it's lined with Liberty as well. And it was a really lovely little project. It was quite quick to make and really enjoyable, and I used the foam again, which just gives everything a lovely structure. So that's nice. I'm keeping my needles, my little snips and my tape measure, which I always lose. I'm keeping them in the little box, and I'm keeping it on my sewing table, and it's perfect for that. So that's a lovely project. So this year I'm signed up to 2 blocks of the months, which I've talked about before. Last year I signed up to just one, and it was called the Row by Row quilt, and that was by Sew and Quilt, which is such a lovely shop. I really love buying things from them. But my Row by Row quilt didn't get finished. It's close, it really is close. There aren't that many bits of it to do. I just need to put things together. One of the bits that I need to do is these. I've got these blocks here. I had them hanging up in my other sewing room, and they need to be pressed, and then I need to remove the papers, and I need to applique them to the backing fabric. I really feel like once I've got the secret sewing out of the way, that it's time to really work on this quilt again. I put it down, haven't worked on it for quite a while, probably since about May, April time was last time I picked up one of the rows. Each row's different, and it uses a different shape, and it's almost like a sampler quilt, an EPP sampler quilt if you like, because there's different shapes on each row, and it's really nice. There's only one row that I haven't actually started, and that's the very final row. The other rows are all either waiting to be appliqued or just to be finished off with the piecing. So I think it would be really nice to get that out again, so I might look at doing that soon. If you've read my most recent newsletter, then you'll know that I'm going to be extending the range of things that are available in my shop. And that's because as a family we're at a point where we are assessing our finances and having to make a decision about whether I return to work as a primary school teacher or not. If you didn't know, I put my teaching career on hold when I became a mum, so I could spend that time with my little boy. And I'm absolutely loving that. It's been the best part of my life. It really has, and I'm so lucky that I was able to do that and spend that time with him at home. He's getting a little bit older now. He's not quite school age, but he is going to be going to nursery just a couple of mornings a week. So we're having to make a decision due to the pandemic about whether I go back to work or not. We've decided that because my pattern business has been going really well, that we will, instead of me going back to work, I will put more time and effort into that. A lot of times people ask me, do I sell kits and do I sell fabric? So I'm going to be extending the range of things in my shop. There will not only just be the PDF patterns, but I'm going to offer some kits as well, and some tools and notions, because I often get asked, where did I get this or where did I get that from? So I'm hoping that it's going to be useful to people, and that it's going to be a place where you can get the things that you're interested in. They are going to be of a very high quality, things that I absolutely love. So I hope that this little shop will be something that will support me in continuing to put content out online. And I am absolutely adamant that my content will not change. My videos won't change. My posts on Instagram will remain the same, because I want to remain faithful to my core values, which are to promote the love and joy of hand stitching, be that English paper piecing or embroidery, or a combination of both. That is at the forefront of everything that I do. And I want to be able to continue to put out free tutorials, free patterns, and hopefully by having a little shop I will be able to do more of that. That's the idea anyway. I hope you like that idea and I hope you think it's a good one. There's no obligation to anyone to buy anything, and I won't be sitting here telling you can buy this or you can buy that. It's just that if anyone asks where you can get something, I will direct you to my shop if it's available there. So that's about all I have to share at the moment. Like I say, I'm going to take a 1 week break, and so I'll be back in 2 weeks with a new video. As a family, we've been enjoying getting out in the fresh air, and I'm hoping to do a little bit more of that too soon. We had a lovely walk on our local beach the other day. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so the sun was just starting to go down. It was still relatively warm, and it was just nice to get out in the fresh air and to see the crashing waves up on the beach and to just feel that sense of peace. It's a bit of escapism. It's like sewing is for me. I really enjoy getting out in nature and just being out in the fresh air, and it really calms my thoughts. So I hope that you get to do a bit of walking in the countryside or along the coast in the next couple of weeks. Hope you get some fresh air and you get that time to sort of quieten your mind. And I hope you also get lots of stitching time. Thank you so much for dropping by and for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks with something really exciting. Until then, take care. Bye bye.